Hello, I'm Brad. This is Trailer Talk. You know what that means. Thumbs up if you like Trailer Talk. Leave a comment below if you have anything to say about the trailers that we discussed today. And if there's a trailer that I missed that you want to see me talk about in the future, please mention it in the comments. Thank you. Let's get started. We have some trailers for some games that I don't know. I don't know. I think they're interesting. This first trailer is for a game that is currently being kickstarted. It has successfully been funded. A lot of people are talking about it. It's an open world Western RPG, but with really good melee combat. I heard it described as like Elder Scrolls meets a Mountain Blade. Sounds great, but I mean, if you look at it, it seems very ambitious, but even with where it is a Kickstarter, it's sitting around like 600 pounds, I think. That's not a lot of money for games of this scope. So I don't know how they're gonna pay for this. I mean, it looks like it's already pretty far along in terms of visuals. That seemed cool. Well, let's rewind that. I like the cave exploring and waist high water. Oh man, I don't know. I feel like you can make something like this look really nice in a trailer, but that looks a little rough. But I mean, that's not a lot of money to make a very big game, so I don't know how this is supposed to work. But hey, Mountain Blade, I really like the combat in that game. Is that a card? Sieges seem cool. It seems, I don't want to say it seems too good to be true, but I'm curious as to whether they're gonna, kind of make the game we're all hoping for with such little money. This definitely reminds me of Mountain Blade, or like Chivalry. I like a really good melee combat system. That's for goddamn sure. I don't know. Honestly, don't know too much about it. All I know is I saw that trailer and it looks good. Maybe they just need enough money to kind of push it over the edge. Maybe they've already got the game largely made. Realistic open world, non-linear story and quests, castle sieges, war horses, yes, all of these things. They sound great. I have to see it to believe it. I don't know, does anybody else kind of where I am right now in the too good to be true department? From a largely unproven developer making such a big game.
Peggy 12.
We'll see. All right, next game. This might look very familiar. Oh, actually, I think this is footage from 2017. This is Earth Defense Force 2025, I believe, and it's coming out in February. I didn't finish like 2017, but I liked how ridiculous it was, and this looks to continue the ridiculousness with a game where you kill lots of ants and giant robots and invading armies of bugs and dragons, apparently. One thing that's really cool about Earth Defense Force is the scale of everything. These buildings are destructible, and when they're blowing up around you, it just looks crazy as you're running around. Oh wow, okay, they really are stepping it up in the classes department. These games are really silly, but there's something about them that makes them super charming. Part of that charm is terrible frame rate, I think, and crazy scale, of course. It is important to note that this one's developed by Sandlot, the guys who did the good Earth Defense Force games, not the ones who did Insect Armageddon. That was a different developer, Western developer. So even if you didn't like that one, doesn't mean this one's not going to be rad. It looks pretty rad. Man, fucking melee weapons and shit. Classes that are flying around. Again, my only experience with the series has been 2017, but I don't remember this lady. I like Sandlot. They're responsible for Robot Alchemic Drive, which is one of my favorite giant robot games. And and some other good. There was a game on the DS that I played that seemed really cool, similar to RAD. I'm probably gonna be game flying this for the 360. So, let's kill stuff together. So this next trailer is for Tales of Zestiria. I think it's called. It's a Tales game, so you know it's got a stupid name. I will say this is the debut trailer. I'm kind of a Tales fan. I really like Tales games because their combat is just super fucking fun. And I like the skits because they're often pretty funny. I finished Exilia a few months ago, and I really like that game, and I can't wait for Exilia 2. But I want to show this trailer because this is, I guess, their next mainline Tales game, and there's some differences to this one versus the other ones. The first one that they're bringing back, like, I think the real open world that kind of the last ones didn't really have. Like Exilia didn't really have an open world. It was kind of had these big areas between towns. But the other thing is that combat happens in the field. You don't go to a separate battle screen, which seems very strange. I don't even know how they're going to do that, especially with multiple characters. But there's a little snippet of it here in a second. I will say, okay, you know what? Jesus Christ. See this guy right here? See this guy right here? With this stupid fucking... Let's rewind this. His stupid fucking feathers and beads and his little... Like, look at this shit. Well, what is with the trend in Tales game of outfits that with lots of pointy parts? Like, this is terrible. This is a terrible looking main character. Look at this. He's bad. And that doesn't help that he has the face of a 5-year-old, but hey, you know, that's what's popular in some of these Japanese games these days. Same thing with the girl, face of a 5-year-old. Pointy outfits. Alright, so here we go. So that's the only snippet of combat we get. Let's rewind that. He's actually out in the open field when he's fighting this thing, and you know, the camera sort of pulled in behind his shoulder, and you know, he sort of dodges and attacks. I mean, it seems kind of cool, but it seems very different. Like, this is going to be the Resident Evil 4 of Tales games. They could really change things, which could be bad because, you know, the Tales battle system has worked pretty well. Even, you know, amongst the changes, they've been fairly similar. This seems to be the biggest departure. But hey, you know, Tales games are usually pretty good. They usually know what they're doing in terms of combat. So consider me interested. I think it hits in Japan this year, probably next year or the year after for us, but who knows. This last trailer, I gotta turn down the volume here because it's very loud. This is for a game that, you know, when it was initially announced on, I think, Kickstarter, it seemed cool, but, you know, it channeled Mega Man and old school NES games, and I thought it looked alright, but I wasn't too excited about it. But I randomly watched this trailer, and man, there's a lot of cool shit in this recent trailer. You know, I really want to play it. It really does seem like they're making, like, the best NES action game ever. This is the new trailer for Shovel Knight. It just looks fucking rad. You'll see what I mean here in a second. It gets crazy. First of all, shovels are pretty cool. But, it's just kind of fucking epic. I don't know what to tell you. Checkpoints, that seemed nice. I like to see checkpoints. I'm sure this game's gonna be balls hard. Ooh, ice levels suck. I'm sure this game's gonna be balls hard, but, you know, that makes sense. You know, usually this kind of stuff doesn't get me super excited. You know, like I didn't play Volgar the Viking or whatnot, but this stuff just seems cool. Like they really kind of understood what made those games really awesome, and they're kind of doing all of it. Big. Oh, look at the sprite. It's so big. That's the shit that excited us back in the day. Giant sprites. This just seems cool. Hard, but cool and awesome. And look, he's digging around. That seems cool. I don't know. You know, I was probably just going to ignore this by the time it came out, but this stuff's looking good. It's looking good. I'm liking what I see. Oh, man. That looks like a bitch. It's just the scope of this. Like, look at this. Like, he's throwing fucking anchors like axes from Castlevania. That's just cool. Choo, choo. I'll probably play this. Probably gonna play this. See, I like the the dark silhouette thing. You see it in a lot of indie games these days, but not. This looks like it's such a faithful throwback. Whoa, I don't know what this is, but we're done with trailer talk. This is my exit screen. That's all the trailers we're going to talk about today. If you like trailer talk, please give us a thumbs up. Please leave comments below. I read all the comments. I'm very excited to hear from you guys, and it gets me excited about doing the next episode. So please say something below. And that's all for this week. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. I love you all. Peace out.